But it's like I'm going off of what I think, but I don't have the results they have. How can you say this year, how can you say, like, okay, the things that you won't do when you don't have what you've wanted to have? This is the year to be extra. What could be more motivating than a glass of Tropicana orange juice in the morning? Achieving your goals, making money, de-stressing? Okay, maybe they're not as good as orange juice, but they are still pretty nice. Welcome to the Orange Juice Podcast, where you'll get motivating and action-provoking content without all the pulp. Your host, me, Reggie Davis, brings orange juice to inspire the world with stories and ideas, both personal and shared, to help you peel back your fears and squeeze out your best self. I think I cracked the code. Hello, friends. Happy 2025. Welcome to the Orange Juice Podcast. I have a very special episode for you today. This episode is special because I feel like I've just figured it out. I feel like for a while, actually, not even just me, but for a while, all of us have said, this is going to be my best year. This is going to be my best month. I'm ready now. Like, oh, yeah, that year sucked or blah, blah, blah. Like, I feel like there's so many times where we'll set goals and we have a focus or an aspiration for the years, different areas we want to get better. And it's always we start off super strong, right? Like the gyms are packed right now. We start off super strong and then we just coast down. I think this is the year that I have like the podcast that's going to make you not need to listen to any other podcast. You will literally have everything you'll need to make this the best year of your life. I don't even need that long. I plan for this episode to be 7 minutes. I want you to imagine, just for a second, right? Someone's going down the street. They're interviewing everybody. They're giving $1,000 to each person. They just have to answer one question correctly. I want to know, would you get it correct? Can you please answer this question? How do you lose weight? Work out more, eat less, eat healthier? Ding, 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 you win 1,000. Now, most people, I'm going to guess that if you're at your house and you heard that question, if you're on the street, you probably would have got that right. That's because everybody knows how to lose weight. We keep finding new ways to do it and work around it. Yeah, Ozempic, yeah, this, yeah, that. But everybody knows the answer, right? Everybody would have gotten that correct. Yet in America right now, 42% of Americans are obese. It's over 100 million people are obese in America. But if you ask them for $1,000, hey, how do you lose weight? I think they could give you those three things. So right off the bat, we know it's not a question of whether we know the right thing to do or not. It's whether we're willing to do the things that it takes. But before I even finish up with that thought, I also want to make one more comparison. Everybody knows who Steph Curry is. Doesn't matter if you don't like basketball. You do know that he's the best shooter of all time. I think he's going to be the person who helps us figure out the next part of just figuring out how to make this year great. So his workout right now, Steph Curry, if you want to be a better basketball player, hear this out. Steph Curry's workout is to make 500 shots a day. Not shoot them, make them. Well, not just shoot them, make them. So he makes 500 shots a day, makes 3,500 a year, makes 3,500 a week, makes 168,000 per year. So let's really think about that. Because now, on the smaller scale, okay, I want to be better at basketball. And I know that Steph is the greatest, so I'm out on my workout after him. I'm going to make 500 shots a day. After you get into that workout and it's taking a while, okay, you know what, maybe I'll just shoot 500 shots a day. And then maybe later on down the week, you know what, I had a good run. Like my last 100, I just made it. Okay, I'll just do 250 today. Now, just like that, think about how many shots we're going from. Because when you were making 500 shots a day, you probably had to shoot at least 700. At least. But now, if you're shooting 500 shots a day, that's already 200 less. That's like, so thousands and thousands less over the course of a month and a year. And then if you're just like, okay, 250, I had a good run. Thousands and thousands less. It's just the mindset that we can just scale down shows that we're not committed to the work. It shows that our thought process on like how it could go is very situational. It's not sticking to a simple system. Eat less, work out more, you lose weight. Make 500 shots a day, you get better at basketball. But change it in different ways. If your goal is to lose weight, we always think about, and that's really what I want to talk about, just how it's so easy for us to scale things down. I think that if you go to anybody who's really good, like a personal trainer or anybody who's really big in fitness, every single one of them says they probably count calories, they pay attention to the macros, they're counting all those little individual things. But me, as someone who wants to get better in fitness, imagine me saying to them, well, I don't really need to count calories. I know how to do it. But it's like I'm going off of what I think, but I don't have the results they have. How can you say this year, how can you say, like, okay, the things that you won't do when you don't have what you've wanted to have? This is the year to be extra. And that's my message to you. If you can make the decision on what you want this year, because you probably already know how to get it. You want to make more money this year? Most people can tell you how they can do it. Maybe it's not the smartest way, but they can tell you how. Yeah, well, if I worked 10 extra hours every week and then came home and stayed up late and made this business work and sold 500 of these, I'd be a $100,000 or I'd be a millionaire. Anybody could tell you stuff like that. Nobody does it. If you want to make this the year that you have something you never had before, you just have to decide, is it worth being extra for or not? If it's worth being extra for it, then you know what? I'll spend the extra hour in the gym and I'll keep putting the shots up. I'll count my calories this year. I'll count them. I'll write the macros down. If that's what it takes, if that's what this person had to do, then I'm going to just do it. Maybe it doesn't take all of that, but this year, pretend that it does, and I guarantee you'll get everything that you want. I could say a lot more, but it's like groundbreaking if you think about it. It's as simple as, you know what it is, put the time in, and just say, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make this work, and it doesn't matter if it's like grueling or it takes me a long time. It's what it takes. Like for me, I'm recording this episode now, but right after this, I'm probably going to record 2 more. And the main reason for that is last year I had a goal of making it to 21 podcasts and I did not hit that. But that's because life happens and going on that weekly schedule just wasn't working for me. So here's a simple solution. Just do it when I have time. Do them multiple and they'll come out. And nobody's going to be watching over my shoulder telling me I did the wrong thing because I'm going to be committed to what I said I was going to do. And if this is what super successful people in podcasting do, then maybe I should be following their strategy rather than saying, okay, well, I don't have to spend the whole day making podcasts. This is what people do. If you want to be a content creator and you want to come out with content every day, because the people say, how do you grow a following? Post every day. Everybody knows that. But all the people who want to be content creators, are they posting every day? You get my point. You could do this with anything. You really could. But rather than doing that, I want you to tell me. Talk to me, seriously. Like, tell me what are the things in the areas that you haven't been being extra in, and what are you going to be extra in? Let's start this conversation. I definitely have a Discord for Orange Juice now. I'm going to see if I can link that in the show notes. But yeah, join that, talk to me. But this is the year, guys. Like, it's that simple. You decide what you want to do and you do it. Best year of your life. Guaranteed. That's Orange Juice for the day. Have a great 2025.